Our goal is to construct a rectangular prism so that we can name points, parallel, perpendicular, and skew segments, parallel faces, and perpendicular faces. This is a right rectangular prism. When you first open SketchUp Make, it asks you what template to use. I'm a big fan of woodworking with millimeters. There's no little person, and the axes show up very nicely. Since this is a first-time project, we need to turn on some toolbars. Under View, choose the Large toolset. Turn on Styles, and turn on Views. The default position for the large toolset is on the left. Use the handles to drag the other toolsets so that they are arranged nicely on the top. After the selection arrow, the first four tools are for creation and destruction of elementary objects. We want to construct the base of our prism, in this case, a rectangle. Pay attention to how the rectangle snaps to the axes. The red tools perform operations on objects that exist. In this case, we are push-pulling, or I like to say extruding, a rectangle up to form a prism. The historically blue tools move the world around. The orbit tool changes perspective from which we look. If anything goes wrong, click the magnifying glass with the arrows to zoom to fit. The other magnifying glass can be used to zoom in and out. For a math teacher, the most important style button is the X-ray button. This allows us to see all of the vertices. The Label tool looks like a little flag. When you use it to click and then drag away from a vertex, the default label is the coordinates of that vertex. While the coordinates are still highlighted, we can manually change the label by typing. We want to have bottom base ABCD and upper base EFGH. Use the Orbit tool to change the perspective. It's most natural to drag left and right, which rotates around something like the z-axis. You can also drag up in order to look through the bottom of the rectangular prism. Recall that the red tools bring things into being, so the pencil is used to construct a segment from vertex to vertex. If a face can be formed, it's shaded. Ctrl-Z Undo gets rid of the last thing you drew. This shows two segments that are skew. They are not coplanar. These two segments don't complete a face until the third segment is drawn. Use this sketch to name elements that are parallel, perpendicular, and skew.